The edges of a polyhedron are the lines joining the centers of the adjacent faces of a cube. So that's how that polyhedron was formed. That kind of polyhedron is it a cube, a tetrahedron, an octahedron, or an icosahedron? Cassandra, last second change there. What did you change to?
Can I see the right answer first?
Sure, go on, that's okay. So let's see what the right answer is. So you changed B. You didn't have C before, did you?
I did have C before.
You did have C before? Well, we should have made that a 38-second question instead of 40 seconds. Who got octahedron? Okay, Monica, do you want to tell us?
Cube has 8 edges, and each edge would be a side, so 8 sides would be an octahedron.
So there you go. So you didn't try to draw or anything, man?
No, I did, and then I realized.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, and that's a nice explanation. And so, in this case, when you start out with a cube, and then someone's hacked into the game. I don't know how that happened. So you start out with a cube, and then you connect them like that, and then you get the octahedron. And then you might wonder what happens if you did the same thing for the octahedron. If you took that figure and then connected the midpoint. So that's what this guy. This is Roger Nelson from Lewis and Clark College in Oregon, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about that problem.
Well, I hope you answered the question correctly, that the solid formed is the octahedron. And to do so, you may have drawn a picture, something like this, where you can connect the midpoints of adjacent faces of the cube with lines. And since 3 faces of the cube meet at each vertex, you get triangles, and there will be 8 triangles for the solid, so it has to be the octahedron. Now, we say that the octahedron is the dual of the cube. You may ask what the dual of the octahedron is, and it turns out to be the cube. And here's, put it a little closer to the camera so you can see it. Pictures showing that the octahedron is the dual of the cube, and similarly, the cube is the dual of the octahedron. So the solids sort of match up under this concept of duality. If you look at solids like the dodecahedron, which has 12 pentagonal faces, and the icosahedron, which has 20 triangular faces, those 2 solids are also duals of one another, as these figures illustrate. One other solid which is kind of interesting is the tetrahedron, and the tetrahedron has the property that it is self-dual. If you connect the midpoints of the triangular faces by lines, as in your problem you did for the cube, the new solid form is also a tetrahedron. Now, there are many other solids which are self-dual, like the tetrahedron. You may want to investigate that when the competition is over. In the meantime, I wish you all good luck with the rest of the questions in this competition.
All right, so that's Roger Nelson from Lewis and Clark College.